What's inside my Gev scaled Scorch deck? Now, I haven't showed this deck off since I got this raised foil Gev scaled Scorch. We put a lot of money in this, but this is my deck, so let's take a look. So we start off with a Chandra, Tortured Defiance, Legendary Planeswalker. We then have a completed foil Sulfim Mayhem Dominance. See if I can get that completedness to register. I don't know if it's going to pick up quite well with the double sleeve, but yeah, very cool. This was in the last video. It's Oja Axonil Deepest Might. Really phenomenal card. This is a new one. We have a Vile Smasher the Fierce. We have this beautiful secret lair. As you can tell, I've been blinging this deck out. Then we have Valgavoth, Hour of Souls. Great card. And his counterpart commander, the Lord of Pain. As you can see, I could run this deck in so many different ways, but Gev is obviously the best way to do it. Then we got Neheb, the Eternal. We got the Commander Masters. I actually had this card originally, and then I packed this version of it, so that was quite cool. We have Kedis, Emberclaw Familiar. Great in a game with more than one opponent. We have Rakdos, Lord of Riots. We have Rakdos, Patron of Chaos. Don't know if I'm going to keep this one in, but it has some good value. Then we have Laughing Jasper Flint. Again, obviously we need to stack this deck with the Lizards because that is what Gev likes, and I don't want to run a Goblin Persist deck. Far Fortune End Boss next. Has some good value. Heartless Hidetsugu. This is actually the newest card in the deck. Seems fun. Hold that. We have a Perforos, God of the Forge. Wasn't sure if I was going to put this in, but I ended up going with it. Haven't played since. We have a Mogis, God of Slaughter. Again, just a really great value card for the deck. Then we got the card that kind of started it all, the Valley Flamecaller. I absolutely fell in love with this art. I think it is incredible. So we have this in the showcase foil. What a card. We have the Hired Claw also in the showcase. Not foil though, so slight upgrade there. Same with the Party Thrasher. Great card, but not in foil. We have the Iridescent Vine Lasher. We have the Borderless, or the Extended Art, however you guys want to call them. We have Murderous Redcap, one part of a huge combo in this deck. The only creature with Persist that I've allowed, because there's just a really fun combo with this card. When it enters, it deals damage equal to its power, and it has Persist. Persist works really well with Gev, because when you've dealt damage, creatures enter with a +1, and that negates the -1 from Persist. And you can see where that goes with that combo. So we've got Valley Rotcaller here, which again just has really good value as a squirrel, good Bloom Burrow cards. We have a Hissing Iguana. This is one of my newer lizards. We have a Mage Bane Lizard. This is a brand new lizard that I just picked up, but when players cast non-creature spells, it deals damage equal to the non-creature spell numbers, so quite good. We have a Dagger Caster, which is great for clearing a board in certain situations, especially if I'm running like an Oja or some sort of damage doubler or tripler. Immolation Shaman. Very nice card. Steampath Charger. We have the Offspring token as well. We have a Flame Cache Gecko. Really good draw power plus mana. Kindle Spark Duo, again, it can tap to do damage, so when I have my damage doubles and triples, that really helps. Hellspear Posse Boss. This is actually one that I'm not huge on in the deck, but it does give a lot of things haste, which is nice. And then a Hearthborn Battler, which again, second spells do more damage. And the only black lizard here, it's Agat Blade Assassin, because obviously when he attacks, he deals damage. We get to the artifact creatures now, and we've obviously got Lizard Blades. It's a lizard, it's an equipment, it gives double strike. Good value. Then we of course have the Packed Roaming Throne, because again, make things lizards, hit the triggers, trigger again. And a Scrolling Crawler, because again, this just gives me good life value especially against decks like Kefka or Queza or drawing decks. Just kind of does damage to them. We have my Packed Soulstone. This one I wasn't sure what deck I was putting it in. Then I put it in here because once I get this harnessed, I can sack my lizards, bring back my lizards for free every turn, and just get value out of it while also tapping for mana and being indestructible. It's just great value. Obviously, we have a Soul Ring, we have a Signet. I need to bling those out at some point. Talisman of Indulgence. We have a Patchwork Banner, again, +1s, mana, lizards, all great. Herald's Horn, we finally picked one up. Again, great for tribals. Vanquish's Banner for the same reason. You get +1 and you draw. We have a Tithing Blade, which, again, just has decently solid value. It does have a flip effect, which is consuming Sepulture, but it's just losing life, gaining life. I think I want to get an Exquisite Blood in the deck at some point. We've got the Sword of Light and Shadow. This is beautiful. Really great value. Chainsaw is one of my favorite equipments. This just ramps really, really well in decks like this. Now we get to the enchantments, which are really important in this deck. Impact Treasures. Tremors? Tremors. I can speak. Yeah, again, with my damage doublers and triplers. Speaking of, the other part of the combo. So Goblin Bombardment allows me to sack a creature. We sack Murderous Redcap. We deal a damage to any target. It comes back with Persist. We've dealt damage, therefore it comes with a +1, negates the -1. So every time we do it, it deals damage. And if nobody can stop any of those components, the game's over. Obviously, it's not an infinite combo, but it is a combo. Then we got Fiery and Emancipation in the foil. Beautiful card. Again, this deals triple damage. City on Fire. Triple damage plus Convoke. Molten Echoes. This one's fun for tribal lizard decks. When creatures enter, create copies, exile them, but I get double triggers for lizards that enter. Then we have a Game Changer, first Game Changer in the deck. This is a solid bracket 3 deck. So we have an Underworld Breach in here. Again, this can be a win con. This can allow me to get things back that I lost. It's just really good. We have a Cover of Darkness, which is great unless I'm playing against black. And it's kind of useless. Then we have our only room in here. We've got Spiked Corridor, Torture Pit. This one here deals 2+ damage. This one gets me Devils that then will deal more damage. Mostly that right side is what's important. Then we have our second Game Changer in the deck, which is Gamble. I really like Gamble. I'm a big fan of Gamble. First hand, this is phenomenal. Pays off more than it doesn't. Another beautiful one, we've got Faithless Looting here. Draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, flashback. Then we have a Tutor, Diabolic Tutor here. It's an expensive tutor, but it's very nice. And searches for any card. Blasphemous Act, board wipe when we're in danger. Really great. Insatiable Avarice, again, this one is another tutor, a little bit cheaper, but puts the card on the top and not in our hand. Risky Shortcut. This is probably my favorite draw power in the deck because it makes the players lose life as well. Vicious Rumors, again, deals damage to opponents, discards the card, puts the card into the graveyard, gain life. For 1 cost, that's a lot of value. Then we got Fell, destroy target creature. Then we have Kindred Dominance. Of course, this is the best board wipe for a deck that is all 1 creature, or mostly 1 creature. Then we have some instants. We got Braid. I don't know if I'll keep this one fully, but it's beautiful, so I like it for now. Callahan's Command, again, really solid. We have a Big Devil, again, pretty good because it can destroy a lot of different things. Chaos Warp is probably the best red spell that you can get, so it's needed. And then we have a Hazel's Nocturne, because again, I quite like this. I don't know if it'll stay, but brings back some of my creatures, more lizard procs. And of course a Terminate, because it's just great for getting rid of creatures. Then we get into the lands. Now the lands are definitely where I put a lot of work in, but there's still work to be done. We obviously have a Cavern of Souls. Want to get a fancy one, but yeah. Command Tower, of course. We have a Path of Ancestry, of course. We have a Secluded Courtyard, and we have an Unclaimed Territory. Everything that's like a staple for this kind of deck. We then have a Khan's Bastion with Proliferate. Why? Because we can proliferate our +1s. We have a Mud Flat Village, because it works with the creatures and lizards. Same with the Rockface Village, the red and black versions. We have a Clue, a Blood Crypt that we packed. This is really pretty. We've got this beautiful Mount Doom. We have a Blazemire Verge. We have a Sulphurous Springs. We have a Seer Step Pathway. We have a Graven Cairns. A Dragon Skull Summit. Smoldering Marsh. Tainted Peak. Haunted Ridge. Foreboding Ruins. Bloodfell Caves. Jagged Barrens. And a Tramway Station. Then we get into my basics, to which we have the Unsanctioned Swamps and the Unsanctioned Mountains. I picked these because I think that these go really well with the raised foil of our boy. If I can just grab him really quick. Because they kind of match really well with this like gold on the raised foil of Gev. That was my choice. And then we have some tokens. We have this treasure token that moves, that came with the Mage Tech box. We have this custom copy token. We have an Iridescent Vine Lasher. We have a little bit of a damage team path charger. We have a Mercenary token, another copy token. We have a clue token, and then we just have this token that we can put anything on. That is my favorite deck. It is not complete, but it's getting pretty close. I think it sits around £460 in value right now. Yeah. What do you guys think? And what is your favorite deck? Let me know in the comments.